He's known as the voice of health, freedom, and healing liberty. You can hear him live 6 days a week on the Robert Scott Bell Show, where you're always going to hear the show in, The Power to Heal is yours. So big kudos to Robert Scott Bell, a big supporter of the truth about cancer. Welcome him to the stage, please. RSB.
Now, what's the most dangerous thing you can have in America? Anybody know? If you heard me say it, don't shout it out. Do you know? Really good medical insurance, the best that money can buy, because it ensures that you will be invaded. You will be treated with every invasive scan, every radiological thing they can throw at you, every needle, anything they can do to cut and biopsy you. And we have a healthcare crisis in America. No, we have a disease management crisis, and it's been going on for a long time. In Unlock the Power to Heal, we go back to the origin point, at least in the 20th century, with the Flexner Report of 1910. And none of us learned that growing up in school. They don't teach it in medical school, yet medical schools teach patent medicine, petrochemical patent medicine, because of what happened in the early part of the 20th century. We don't need more medical insurance. We need more, well, food. We need to understand our rights. The difference between rights and privileges. All rights stem from property. Do you own your body? How about that of your children until they reach the age of majority? Yet, as you heard, if you saw Dr. Sherry Tenpenny talk or Dr. Andrew Wakefield last night, you realize that the federal government is looking at you as if you're chattel or cattle, and they want to vaccinate you and your children against your will. So if you don't own yourself, who does? The government tries to convince you that it's yours, that they're yours. And that's where they issue licenses. Licenses are permission slips to do something that would otherwise be illegal. And I don't know about you, but I don't feel that healing requires permission, at least not from them. Then there's Zika. Everybody run, I just said Zika. Why isn't everybody running away? Well, they're lying to us about that as well. George Carlin once said, I have certain rules I live by. My first rule is I don't believe anything the government tells me. The virus, in this case, as it always is a cover story. It's a cover story for global corporations with no allegiance to any nation or state that are poisoning this planet and all the people and animals on it. And their cover story is to blame a virus because it's not a Democrat, it's not a Republican, it's not even a Libertarian. So it can be attacked at will, and then they can say, we need to come up with a drug or a vaccine to protect you from this. We're your only hope. And they say that at the CDC. And you learn the CDC should not be trusted. What's the leading cause of death in America? It's not heart disease, it's not cancer, it's not strokes, it's modern medicine. Even if they say you die of cancer, or if we acknowledge here the treatment for cancer, in reality, the vast majority of those cancers are brought about by medical treatment. It's iatrogenic. Drugs themselves, there are no deficiencies in. That middle picture, interestingly enough, is a purse that was sold at like Neiman Marcus. A prescription drug, and they sell it for hundreds of dollars. I think they finally withdrew it. But I think the appropriate warning label is right there. Warning contains an FDA-approved drug. But here's the real medicine. How many of you have a garden? Yeah? All right. If we do this next year, that's up to TMB, Ty. We use TMB, RSB. We do our initials. Shortcut. I want you next year, everybody's going to be able to raise their hand that you're growing something, even if it's just an herb, because this is where medicine, it's your food. And the closer you bring it to home, the more medicinal it will be for you. Jeffrey Smith's going to talk about GMOs in a little while later, and you know, one of the most powerful things we can do is obviously stop buying them and start growing things ourselves, but we'll get to that. Oh, CBD. You found out about CBD? This is awesome. Very exciting. And you can get it all 50 states. It's legal as a supplement in the United States. And that is also neuroprotective, neuroregenerative. This is where the excitement is happening in autism and seizure disorders and things. And you know, there's so much happening in the world of cannabis and cannabidiol. Ty and I wrote a lot at the end of Unlock the Power to Heal about cannabis. It is a medicine from the Creator. Don't let them lie to you. It is not the devil's weed. But that's the kind of crazy world we live in, where they can say the plants that God created are evil, the stuff that comes out of the FDA is godly. Is that crazy? Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Love you, buddy. Oh.
My experience at the Ultimate Life Symposium being put on this year by the Truth About Cancer has just been amazing. Everybody who's anybody in the alternative world in terms of teaching and lecturing and speaking is pretty much here.
I have to honestly say that this has been the best experience that I've had at any symposium, and I've done a lot of them over the last 20 years.
Our experience together is really extraordinary. We're all around the world doing our thing.
We see things moving in a good direction in terms of more people using plant-based medicine.
You know, everybody's waking up.
We spread the word all over the world.
Thank you again to the Truth About Cancer. It's just been a blessing, and we're just spreading the word very powerfully.